Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Crit Files, your once weekly follow-up to the hit, the End of the End actual play foreplay podcast.
That's what this episode was all about.
I want to flash forward. Normally we go chronological, but I want to flash forward right to Grav.
Yeah.
If you were just listening on Monday, we ended the set. We fought a painted lady. A couple people died, unfortunately. We rescued some folks, and then we went into this back room, which the idea of these kind of like 12, like, were they glowing or no?
It had a
like
a little bit of a glow
loose,
to it.
like a low,
Like
and
a
the
low
golden
bioluminescence.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
For some reason, it put me right on the, like, you know, on the Starforge and Knights of the Republic, and Malik's got all the bodies that he can like life drain from. That's what it reminded me of. I know it's not the same thing, but anyway, one of these people is fucking Grav, and in my mind, I'm like, did we fight the real one? Or was this his body brought back to like heal? And this is the back to tank.
Or they like made clones of him or something.
Right, exactly. It's like,
Yeah, he said he's another clone, or we just put him at the bottom of a bay or whatever. So
That's
they
true.
They could have got him.
his body
And there were vampires. Well, no, that was in the under.
We just threw him in the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
But Grav was like a hometown boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if they just nabbed him?
He
They
was
locked-
he was the leader of the librarians.
Which aren't necessarily the nicest folks, but
And a fairly important group, I feel like. So if he is a head honcho of the librarians, it makes sense
they
that
nab him
would,
and replace him.
they would preserve
Yeah,
him
they
in
wanna
some
clone
way.
him.
They got a fucking changeling here or some bullshit.
or maybe it has something to do with the bugs.
Yeah.
Maybe like when they inject them, they can then like replicate them.
Yeah, we don't really know what happens when that sees it all the way through, but I do remember at the witch's hut in the cave that we first went to, that we rescued some people from some goo, right? Like we pulled people out of some goo or something.
Right.
And that's not this, right? That was like blue. This is like orange.
But Grav's skin is blue.
Yeah,
It's all a bit similar.
Well,
Yeah.
Grav is
Okay.
an air genasi.
Right. Okay.
And he died at some point and came back as a void soul genasi.
Just like
And
Arthur.
then you guys killed him, dropped him to the bottom of the ocean.
So we got the real one.
is this the real one, and the other one was just a copy, or
A bad copy, evil copy. Alistair's controlling copy. This is the hometown boy.
well, maybe.
This is the JV football captain.
I mean, as soon as we start
think-
next session, I'm gonna hammer him in the face.
Do you think?
Kill him.
Do you think
Yeah.
the painted ladies?
I mean, honestly, like
He's not long for this world.
this guy has almost been like our nemesis. Like,
Yeah.
you know, 'cause we
Keep
fought him
showing up.
both times.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
have
yeah,
his-
that's right.
You got his fucking armor on.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
He used to be Val's commander.
That's
right.
right.
He's the one that led the mission to Nytheris's, and that's when he died and became a void soul.
Nytheris.
Yeah, it was when he died.
So he
then.
was blue before, and
Mhm.
then here's this blue guy. So this guy hasn't died and come back as a void soul, unless
This is like OG him.
this is like the quick save version of him.
Well, it makes me wonder, like, are the painted ladies really evil, or have we just been fighting their evil clones?
Well, it's
and
something
we
about
just
their
killed-
mates.
We
being
just killed
dead.
all the innocent ones in the pods.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely
know what I
feel
mean?
like with a name like Painted Lady, it feels like they do have a tragic backstory where it turns out like,
And they have masks and stuff.
yeah,
like,
it's like
They're
they
being
were
forced.
tortured.
They were
being
abuse
forced to do
victims.
this,
Yeah, they were
yeah.
abuse victims of like trauma, and now due to their magic trauma, they
Yeah.
like inflict horrible pain on
Yeah.
people. And we're
And
just
Caleb
like,
just massacred the last lineage of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good job, Caleb.
yeah.
Live and learn.
But we're not going to explore that. They're just generic bad guys.
Let's not
I'm
probe too deep.
definitely laying on the side of they're just clones that replace the bad ones that we just killed. So-
yeah.
and we're keeping them from being replaced.
Yeah, we'll know if we should feel bad or not when we get a chance to talk to Grav. I think.
Was Grav turning into one? Did they turn people
I
into
don't
them?
think so.
Well, you don't know.
Fuck that! Just like, oh, that blew my mind a little bit. Like I was really hoping at first. I was like, this is it. Like they took Corgan because they're gonna like they're gonna do something to him because he's powerful, he's strong, you know. And but fucking Grav is like the next best thing. Like this guy is like he's like our Team Rocket right now, in my opinion.
You gotta kill him
Just
all over
fucking
again.
won't stay out of our fucking hair.
He's been the face of the conflict you've had with Alistair. Yeah.
And when I think about some of the most emotionally or character-driven high-stakes conflicts, it's like it really comes down to Grav on the boat and Grav in the fucking building that was on fire.
That's true. Those have been some
I
of our
forgot about
biggest.
that. I remember the boat one. I don't remember in the building.
Yeah, that's when we
That's when we finally killed him.
finally killed him, and that was like when we went and the building was infested.
And we set it all on fire.
We set it all on fire.
Right.
We climbed the stairs. We put oil down on
I
the
guess I just didn't
stairs.
realize.
Oh, yeah.
We tried to fucking
Dead
beat him
fish,
with
I
Looney
think?
Tunes
Trying to
rolls.
Home Alone him.
Yeah.
I put broken Christmas ornaments on the steps.
We
Yeah,
shot
do
him with
that
a
lot.
BB gun.
We do that a lot.
Hit him in the head with some paint cans.
I put a hot iron on the door frame.
And we did that today.
Yeah.
With the
That was
the
my
bottle.
homage. Raggedy home alarm system.
Yeah.
I was hoping that would go off.
It was a
And
good
then-
idea.
I definitely like in the moment I wanted to give Dash props for like being creative with that kind of stuff, and then the other thing was the whip to clear away.
Yeah,
yeah.
that was fun.
I
You
also
had some good
really,
ideas.
really liked that. That was great.
Yeah, 'cause I feel like I just knew that one of them was following us because they were following us before.
Yeah,
I was like,
right.
I was like,
For sure.
oh yeah, I bet Alex is gonna make the other one also follow us. And so and I feel like Caleb also. We kept trying to do perception checks, and we were being alert and aware.
You were. You
Yeah.
absolutely
but
were.
you just rolled incredibly.
I guess
Yeah.
they rolled a 20 to
and
get
I
past
kept
the
rolling
trap.
poorly.
When
tonight.
they rolled low, like I think it was a roll of like a 14 or something. Somebody had rolled like a 12.
Yeah.
Like it
Right,
was just
yeah.
it was just missing. And I'm like, okay, you see him there, and that's where the thing's gonna start. And it's like once you start taking the prisoners out, then she's got to do something.
Do you guys think we could have done anything differently with the painted lady? Like, not like, ooh, what if we? But like, could we have as a
Like
group?
us as players?
As us.
No, that's what we
Right.
I'm not
okay.
sure
I
I know.
am interested in that because this is the first time we've really had an enemy that has like showed up again and again.
Yeah.
So you can get kind of a sense for what they do. Like at this point, you know what these things do, which I think is valuable.
I feel like
Yeah.
after now that we have all encountered them, like we should debrief and figure out, okay, if these people
Yeah, we need to
Come
come
at
out
us
because I
again.
feel a little guilty about
the cloud
not
is
just
like their
Bobo
go-to.
blasting them right
Yeah.
away.
Yeah,
Like
we
I
need to invest in like an industrial fan
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just have it on hand.
yeah.
Big
Somebody
Craig.
just gets onto a fucking.
He's a big fan.
Hey! Fuck, that was pretty good. I was okay. I won't even describe the Looney Tunes shit I was going to talk about. That was pretty good. Yeah, I just I thought the darkness thing was kind of fun. I was excited to try that, but I'm glad we didn't because it probably
Yeah, I feel like
would've just slowed us
she was
down.
gonna pop it no matter what.
Yeah, but
We
like
tried.
maybe her aim gets off or something. I don't
Sure,
know. You know,
we-
maybe
we
you should
throw
get
her.
one.
It's such a big area though.
Yeah,
I mean, I think the only thing to do is just go straight at her and
Yeah.
'cause
You had
they-
it right.
They
I-
don't have like a huge amount of health.
I
Like,
regret
we
not
can knock
just-
them down pretty quick.
exactly. I regret
they've
not
got
just
75 hit points, and you guys found out this session their AC is 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are pretty strong, actually. I mean, that's
Yeah, they're tough.
That's what I have.
But we can knock them down pretty quick.
Yeah. I should have Eldritch Blaster right away. It wouldn't have changed anything. You know what I mean?
It might have,
Well, yeah.
Well,
because the nice thing with Eldritch Blast is 2 specific concentration checks.
yeah, true. True. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I think we did the right thing by charging her. That
Yeah.
felt really good. When Ace was
Yeah.
gone, I was like, thank God. I'm glad Ace is back.
My main thing with that was we have never put people back in their cages. That's
Yeah.
not happening.
And when you
not
said
our-
that,
Let's just fuck
yeah,
her up.
that's what I loved about that moment was you were charging her, and it was like this moment of like, okay, Monet's gone, Ace is back, thank God. Which like we just killed a painted lady, but there wasn't the high stakes of like having all these like collateral
Yeah, yeah.
people. And I was like, thank God Ace is back. And then you said that, and I was like, and we're heroes.
Yeah.
Like this is what we've been doing. And then even Dash went for it. with the whole Torog thing, and Torog caught you being naughty or whatever. I was
being
like,
a bad boy.
That was really,
Well, you know
that
what's
was
really
too perfect.
You know what's
the
really
way that
interesting
overlap.
about that is I was like, oh yeah, I am trying to free prisoners. That's kind of the antithesis of the whole aspect of Torog thing. And then when Alex was like, he's not going to help you, I was like, okay, so I could probably find ways to have this help me.
Yeah.
I
in the
just have
future,
to
that's-
frame it right.
Yeah.
You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just have to
absolutely.
be like, I'm going to punish this person.
I really
Yes.
love
And
that.
torment them.
Yeah.
That's why I like Torog as a neutral evil.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what you did; he just wants to punish you. Which I guess is maybe a chaotic evil, but it's
yeah,
like
a little evil, but
it doesn't. If you're a good person or a bad person, it
d-
doesn't
yeah,
matter to Torog.
Yeah,
He's getting the blood.
The ethics and the morality isn't really there. He just wants to
he
punish.
just wants to punish.
So, you can frame it from like a, what do they call those, kind of like a gray character, kind of like
Anti-hero type.
anti-hero type. Yeah, where you're like, oh yeah, I'm punishing bad guys.
Yes,
Like the Punisher.
Or like Dexter, or like any anti-hero.
Yeah.
yeah, a cleric or paladin of Torog. I've always been very interested in, and the like different cults and stuff of Haven that are religions of Haven that are dedicated to him. Like you've got Torog idols in just regular prisons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What-
that's
Okay.
cool.
During our big crit files last week, I came out swinging really hard against clerics, and I never
Yeah.
really clarified. I think playing a cleric for an evil god would be very fun.
Yeah, you just gotta open that
Yeah.
viewpoint up of clerics.
yeah.
I think they're very interesting. When you get rid of the baggage that religion has put on us.
Yeah.
When you start playing fantasy,
Yeah,
cleric
and you're totally right
religions.
about that. I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, I was too unfair because not like I don't see the value or care about it. I just have such an innate hostility towards religion in general
Yeah.
that like Ben is as close as I've ever gotten in fantasy.
Yeah.
You know,
Like Arthurian clerics, no way.
yeah,
But,
exactly.
yeah.
So
I mean, those are the evil clerics.
yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Those are the
true.
ones, the Templars going and doing crusades.
Exactly.
yeah,
exactly.
true. Yeah, when you
Yeah.
when you
And
think
that
about
was
it.
evil? No.
But anyway, that sounds like a lot of fun. That makes me think about a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I liked it. I liked that interaction happened and I wasn't like thrown off by it. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's kind of what I thought you'd say, because I was well aware of the context.
Yeah.
Especially because he said we never put people back in prison. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Torg's gonna hate this, but I'm gonna
Daddy's
ask
gonna hate
anyways.
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
You know,
I know I was receptive to like maybe this will be something you can do or
Sure.
they'll give you power for it. It's like, well, the end goal. Torog knows the end goal.
Yeah,
whatever middle manager you've been talking to, they know
Yeah.
you're releasing prisoners. We can't have that.
That's the funny thing about, I guess, like the faithful aspects, the religious aspects so far in this campaign is just like the amount of clarity I feel like that they operate within. It's like there's not a lot of ambiguity. It's like,
Sure.
yeah,
We gotta give him.
I'm the Prince of Pain.
We gotta give.
yeah.
We gotta give him the ultimate prisoner. Like give him Alistair
Yeah.
at the end of
Oh,
this.
wouldn't
Like
that
just
be
like
fun?
here you go,
I'd do
payback
it.
for all the.
I'd do it.
Yeah.
I should have had some Torog motifs at Old Man Jenkins' place.
Didn't
Didn't even think about that.
There
Oh,
was-
yeah, he would have
yeah.
been super into
Yeah,
that.
that's probably
Yeah.
why he's keeping on to his ghosthood as long as he has. His Torog's got
Torog's
his,
like,
oh,
yeah, you're
we'll
doing a
keep
good
him.
job.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we'll protect you from all those bad guys, and we'll just.
You know something I've realized about my character, and I realized this like a few nights ago because I was looking at a bunch of lore videos about this. Anyways, I realized that my character is just Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a flaming chain whip, and I punish people.
You can also summon a horse.
Wait,
oh yeah.
is Ghost Rider in the new
Died
game
and
yet, or
came
no?
back?
Yeah.
No,
not yet.
not yet.
See, Ghost Rider popped up in this game that's really fun. What's the strategy one?
Eternal Midnight.
Yeah, Midnight Suns.
Midnight Suns. There we go.
Yeah, Ghost Rider's in that, and I'm like, fuck, they did Ghost Rider very well in this game. And like, I never hated Ghost Rider. I saw the movie like 3 times when fucking Nick Cage came out with that
badass.
shit. You know what I mean? But it's pretty fucking cheesy compared to like fucking Winter Soldier or something like
Sure,
that.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, dude, Constantine, I
love
Yeah,
Constantine.
yeah.
And then
Oh,
if you
yeah,
want to get
dude.
into the weeds of like some of these other like fucking dude, Blade 1 and 2, holy shit.
God, dude, the new Blade movie is in such developmental hell.
I know.
It sucks.
That's
and
always,
it seems like it would be so cool because I like that actor.
Yeah.
But like they've gone through like 3 different writers, 3 different directors.
I mean, that's the problem. Like my like go-to IP that I've always wanted to see is like the Dark Tower, and like we got Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey. And personally, I don't hate the movie, but it is nothing.
It was not Dark Tower.
It is not what we should have gotten. You know what I mean? And now that they got Mike Flanagan on it, I'm like, all right, maybe we got.
I
something
read the Dark Tower, the first book in the series. And that's.
First
I feel
book
like
is-
that would be hard to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
first book is very like
As it gets a little deeper, there's a lot more like places that they go to. That
for
make
sure
sense.
it gets way more intense. But that first book is just very. I read that and I was like, I don't know how you adapt that one.
Yeah,
That-
I
I
I
think
mean, there's a lot of
that
different
first book is an
genres in the
episode.
different
personally,
books.
Yeah.
Like the 4th book is a romance novel.
yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
But it has one of the best fucking endings, in my opinion, when he rounds up everybody and he lures them into the
Into
fucking
the Thinny
canyon, into the
Canyon,
thinny.
yeah.
I was just like, Roland is fucking here, dude.
That was the book that really
He's
that was
a
my
hero.
stumbling block that I couldn't get past.
Everybody. That book sucks. But to me, I just remember the payoff of like the thinny. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well done. Let's go on to Wolves, which is then like top of the series.
That's
It's like,
the one that I'm on.
yeah, Wolves is so fucking good. I just wrote a little bit of an essay about Wolves for this. I'm getting in the deep end, but anyway.
This episode is fun.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I'm really excited. I want to see what happens with Grav. I want to see.
It is good to be like fully back into Ace and then just being like, oh fuck it,
And it feels so,
let's just go.
it feels so good to be back in Quilton too, in a way. Like, you know, I know we're at the Ziggurat, we're doing this, but it's like these are people we know. We got Ruck and
The Ruckster.
Ruckster. We got
Okay,
we
but
got Gurgun.
there was something to do with a trapped door, like in
Yeah,
in
no,
in
it's in the
Ace's
handbook and
recent
everything, yeah.
past though. Like that's not just me. Like
I don't remember.
You're okay. Are you thinking about the prison of pain when we were trying to open doors and they were
And they had, like,
were laced
necrotic
with a
locks.
necrotic
'Cause
spell?
That was a
Yeah.
long time ago.
that would have
at
been a
this point.
long time ago.
The other place would have been the Drescue Warehouse. I don't remember a lot of trap doors. There's a lot of doors that were locked.
There was a lot of doors.
It's hard for me because I don't think about trapdoors. I'm like, whatever.
Oh, okay.
I mean, generally I wouldn't, but I had
don't
this
acknowledge
idea
them.
in my head that we had recently ran into a trapdoor.
Yeah, I don't
can't think of
know.
it.
It's just yeah.
There was conflict around doors at the warehouse.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
Maybe
But I'm
that's
trying because I'm
what
trying to
was
remember. It's
going
like
in
when
my
have
head.
I
Yeah.
when have I put
Conflict
in a
around
trap
doors.
door?
We make
Right.
issues out of every door. It's
Yeah,
like,
I remember
that's
a
what I was
lot
saying.
of
Like,
doors.
yeah.
A lot of
The
doors.
number one enemy list for any D&D
Yeah.
group is a door.
A door.
Folled shortly by treasure chest.
or
a chest. Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
What's this chair
Close
doing
by
in the middle
a
of the door?
locked door?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it is always fun as a DM being like, okay, there's a door here, and I tell the players there's a door there, and I know it's just a door,
It's a door.
and I know it's unlocked, and they're like, okay, hold on, wait a second. We got.
Well,
I'm
What
on
about
to you,
this
DM.
door?
I'm on
because
to
you can't not. You know what I mean? It's like that's always the kind of the weird trick about
You get burned by one door.
Yeah.
Every door from
Your
then
trust
on.
is
And,
gone.
and
Yeah.
I feel like in this case it made sense because we're in this place where we know is being like held
bad guys.
It's
by bad
weird.
guys.
But that's every place you go as a D&D group.
true.
That's true.
You're always
This is
dealing
like
with
the
these
entrance
doors.
into it. It made sense in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you were
That's
wrong.
the thing, it
I
always
just,
does. You're in the position to like not trust any normal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're. I just can't think of a recent
Yeah.
instance of it. Not that my memory is
Well, yeah,
infallible,
because it
but-
was definitely like there's a door in front of us. Well, my first instinct is to kick it open, and it was like after we didn't have a trap at that next door, I was just like, I'm fucking kicking that door open because I'm just done with
That
it.
one was locked, but you were strong enough to break
Yeah.
it.
That
I
was
got
pretty
that big
cool.
kick.
You got a
I
natural.
got that
20,
big
didn't
kick
you?
for a little halfling.
Yeah, the doors are a pretty big enemy in D&D. One of the alternative names originally was Dungeons and Doors.
Yeah.
Sense.
Doors.
I heard that.
Doors and
Nope.
I'm like,
I believe it.
I don't have that fact in my head.
Oh, just made that up.
Mazes and Monsters
Okay, maybe.
with Tom Hanks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. All-time classic.
Yeah.
labyrinths and Lemurians. I tried. I don't know. No. Anyway,
Cool, all right.
One more thing. One final note. Morgan's back. How do we feel?
Morgan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was so glad to take a 1 on that. I'm like 1. Yeah,
I love that he's just like, yeah, like you recognize him, but I was like, he was at the wedding, but
Yeah, I knew with that.
so
I
many
can't
people.
tell you who he is. I've got to drag it out.
Yeah.
I remember more.
Yeah.
it felt very good.
I'm glad we didn't take him with us because he definitely would have died.
Yeah.
Or not, you don't know. He might have been.
he would have been-
Probably died.
He would- I see.
But no,
Alex is
probably
like,
died.
no, he would have died.
What
He
level
has
is
as
he
much
now?
health as any of those other people.
He's level 2 now.
What has he killed?
It's just he's just lived that long.
You don't get
Like
ex-
the
Life
experience
is
of life.
experience,
you
Yeah.
don't get
Alex.
experience points for just.
But not.
But
for
Alex,
health.
He
Alex,
bookkeeps.
He's got so many
yeah.
levels in
you
bookkeeping.
said it
Yeah.
a bunch of times. We're milestone.
Yeah. So once he's saved from this, maybe that'll be his milestone.
He'll reach a milestone.
Yeah.
He was
Maybe level
promoted.
2.
I feel like he's close.
Yeah, it's gotta
Hey,
be.
to be fair, I've met a lot of old people, and they don't seem like they've ever met a milestone.
They still got 1 hit point.
That explains.
There's still 2
That
hit
explains
points.
why there's so
citizens.
many commoners that are level 1 in this
Oh,
world.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well,
I mean, that's Morgan's whole deal. Is he's a bookkeeper. He
Yeah.
does things with paper. He is not strong. He is not. Vigorous.
not a fighter.
He's not a fighter.
Yeah, that's why I was like, well, we should do the old classic thing of like, you're gonna help us, but we'll tie you up. Say you were. Like,
Oh, that's right. He took
yeah.
a point of damage too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
So that guard.
he's dead.
He's dead.
he's dead. He died
Oh,
from
that's
cloud
right,
kill.
the cloud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
I rolled for it.
I
If he
did.
would have
That's
survived
right.
that, then he would have been off telling
would have been a
somebody
problem.
something.
Yeah.
I did love the mental image of like him like, where's that guard? We all turn around.
Yeah.
I was laughing so hard at that. Anyway, guys, this has been your Crypt Files, your once weekly follow up to the Hit the End and the End Actual Play D&D 4-Play podcast. And we will be back on Monday to figure out what's going to happen with the unconscious body of Grav Maga. Until then, grab your sword, keep on adventuring.